You're watching Fox 9 Good Day.
Welcome back. Parenting filled with highs and lows, but for our next guest, many milestones were overshadowed by a dark cloud.
Sarah Deschamps is the author of a new memoir. It's called I Couldn't Tell You. In the book, she details how years of medical trauma affected both her and her daughter, Lily. Stress from constant doctor visits, multiple surgeries, and really just the toll of daily caregiving eventually led to the diagnosis of caregiver PTSD, and she now joins us to talk more about this, about the book. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
The title, I Couldn't Tell You, and that's because when people would say, what is your title? What do you do? There was so much there to unpack.
And with a child who has medical trauma, it's almost impossible to show people what it's really like. And it's scary to say what all is truly happening. So instead, you keep it all inside as a parent, because our life was filled for 7 years with preparing for surgeries, going through operations, recovering from operations, and then preparing for the next one. And in the middle of that, we have 2 daughters, so it was trying to go to basketball games and care for 2 kids and laundry and dinner.
Right, life goes on.
Life goes on.
Wow. Okay, so the term caregiver PTSD, tell us a little bit about that.
So the way it came about for me is that process of daily in, out, constantly being aware of what happens in a medical situation. Once I left when I'm in the hospital, it's I'm really good. I am able to talk to doctors. I'm able to focus on the child. I'm able to take advantage of being able to care for a child who has such extreme medical issues. But when I leave that, I'm no longer on high alert. I'm no longer in a situation when I absolutely need to take care of my daughter so she will be able to survive. That's when the PTSD hits me, because all of a sudden I start spiraling into, did I do the right thing? Is she gonna live? Is it gonna be okay? What's next? And when you go inside your head, and like the title of the book suggests, that you can't tell people because you don't want to look like you're someone who's spiraling out of control with mental health issues, it becomes very complicated.
You mentioned both you and your daughter obviously struggled with this, rightfully so. How did it change when you got that diagnosis, or did it change?
Very, very much so it changed, but it took a long time to get there, because I was the one that was perceived to be happy, had a great career, was on top of everything, in addition to caring for 2 children, but one with extreme medical issues. So it took a long time for me to be willing to say, there's a problem. And multiple things had happened in our life as I went down, down, down. Finally, I realized one day, I don't have friends. I had gotten divorced. We were struggling with our kids. It's time to get some help.
Sure.
And it was at that moment I went to see a therapist that helped so much. And she referred me to a psychiatrist, and that helped so much. And ultimately, I had to learn to tell people. So I have an amazing group of friends who I could tell.
So when it comes to some of those coping methods and things that maybe other people can benefit from, where did you find, I mean, maybe this friend group probably helped a lot.
Absolutely. There are stories in the book of me with my psychiatrist saying, Sarah, it's really important that you go tell people, and me saying, I'm not going to tell anybody. My daughters look great. Everything looks like life is organized and fine. And the psychiatrist says, no, you have to trust your friends and family. You have to go out and tell people. And so that's when I learned to be able to talk, find the words to explain. And in the book, I give in great detail what it was like to pick a friend and go tell my story and to see how they react, and to realize it's okay. Yeah. It's okay to talk about it.
We know caregiving can come in many forms. We talk often about that sandwich generation of folks who are taking care of their older parents while also having little ones. Obviously, your situation was maybe a little bit different because you're caring for your own child. What would be your advice to someone who is a caregiver in any lane, who is struggling and doesn't feel like they can, you know, to that point you're like, I'm not sure how much more I can do of this.
Yeah, there was a doctor along the way who told me and my husband, who I did remarry, who we have a wonderful life together, and that's also in the book. The doctor told us along the way, marriages don't last. Take care of yourself. And at the time, we had a little girl, and I thought take care of yourself meant take care of our daughter.
Yeah.
But truly what that meant was go on date nights, take time for yourself, sit down together and enjoy life. Make sure you do cook dinner and spend time with your family, and go out to a movie together. Take care of yourself means make sure you look inside yourself and find ways to make your own life okay, because that then gives you the energy to be able to be that caregiver without having the mental health stress that gets you to the PTSD that I suffered.
Yeah. They always say put the mask on you before. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that. Sarah, fascinating. Thank you so much. Thank you for telling your story to us this morning as well.
This has truly been wonderful. Thank you for the opportunity.
We appreciate the conversation. The book is called I Couldn't Tell You, and it is available now online.